Hello everyone. In His service is here, and I'm here to make another video. I know it's been a while, been a minute, and I'd like you, of course, to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Well, I just get right to it. Today, being September 13th, I wanted to touch on a subject that is getting a lot of attention, especially around the YouTube community, and that is the September 23rd prophecy, or, well, it's Revelations 12 sign, and the September 23rd date of 2017 that everyone is talking about. And all I have to say is, I'm a believer. I read my Bible. I study. And all I want to just say is that for the last 2 years, I've discovered YouTube. And as soon as I did, so many things have been coming to my attention. And I just feel like so much has been revealed that I need to talk about. And I like to believe that is a calling to do so, that I'm supposed to do it because I've prayed about it. And there's a lot of attention, of course, focused on this date. And while I've listened to so many YouTubers' videos, I've read a lot about, what everyone's talking about. And I hear all the differing opinions. And there's, some people, of course, on YouTube that have their own idea of what that means. And some of these people are talking about it being the rapture, the name they've come up with, this rapture name, which of course is translated from the word harpazo, everyone is saying. But I get that. But where I come in and what I like to point out is that, okay, we have this Revelation 12 sign. And according to astronomers, whoever has come up with the system that we have now as far as the signs and the names of signs, the astrological chart, all this was named by someone, named by man. I wouldn't say that those actual names are in the Bible completely, like God didn't say, okay, this is the astrological sign Virgo and it means this, it means that. Okay, all this is interpretation that has just kind of built up over the years. And I'm saying all that to say that, okay, they're pointing to the Revelation 12 sign being the same thing in the sky. We're going by, it's Virgo, it's Jupiter, it's Leo. But these are all man-made names. So the names that have been given to the constellations and the stars, now it's been applied to the Revelation 12 sign. And of course it would make sense that, there's going to be this lineup, and this is exactly what it means, the virgin birth in space. But when you read Revelations, of course you have to read it to try and understand it. It's complicated, like the Bible. And while some things make sense, like a woman gives birth, and the way it's explaining, it sounds like, of course, that it's Jesus Christ who will rule, with an iron rod. Of course, we all believe that that's Jesus. And of course, that has already happened. And the Bible and the Revelations it's mainly about prophecy, also about things that are to happen. But of course, we already know that the virgin birth has already taken place. Jesus was on earth for 33 years, and he was crucified, ascended to heaven. And that part makes sense. But then about the woman fleeing into the wilderness and hiding for a number of days, um, which of course is all covered in the Bible about the days and the the weeks and all of that. You know, we've all read about that. And then it talks about the dragon. And of course, in the Bible, the dragon, it can be referred to as Satan. So we could say that that dragon could be Satan. And then when it talks about a third of the stars, people have their different interpretations of what those stars are. The Bible also mentions that a third of the angels went with Satan, fell with Satan, a third. Could it be that that's what they're talking about? That's what the Bible is actually saying. The Revelation 12 sign is talking about Satan and the angels that went with him. And the Bible does mention about the stars being wandering stars. I just like to believe that they're all stars. The planets, so-called planets, were named by man, by people. They were given names. Those names change. Names are added. Planets have been added. But this is all man, of course. So it makes sense that to put the Revelation 12 and take it and compare it with what's going to happen September 23rd, it all makes sense, of course, that that could happen according to what is written and what we have learned, what we've been taught. But is that what the Bible is really saying? I don't have all the answers. Of course, no one has all the answers, but people are speculating. But there's a lot more to it. Like even the end times, when people talk about the end times and what it's going to be like, no one really knows for sure. But according to a lot of scripture and the post-tribulation, pre-tribulation debate, people are saying that believers will be raptured. But first of all, who are the believers? Who is the church? These days, there's a whole lot of churches. And, I mean, they're not perfect. They have their issues. Who is the true church? I think that's a question we need to ask ourselves as well. And what does it represent? And what is the Bible talking about the true church should be? And who they are? And who are the 144,000? These are all questions. And I hear a lot, I read a lot. It just all isn't adding up for me to say that this major event is going to take place. But the Bible also says to look up. Your redemption draweth nigh. And it does allude to things happening in the atmosphere. Real things, natural things. And right now there's a lot of natural disasters going on right now. We have fires. I'm in California. We've got floods, earthquakes, war, rumors of war, and this whole racial thing, which is just a whole nother story. My gosh, it's just a whole nother dimension. I don't know, this racial thing, because here in America, yes, America's divided. People don't want to admit that. It's been divided. And racism's always been here. It's just that when Obama was elected, President Obama, that just released the hounds of hell. The hounds of racism hell was released. It was. And I just don't see it getting a whole lot better. Don't mean to be pessimistic, just trying to be honest. Are these the end times? It sure looks like it. It feels like it. I just want to be ready and prepared because I'm a believer, but I want to also do the right thing and do the Lord's will as well. And I know I'm touching on a lot of different things. I'm saying a lot of things here. It's just that we all are to study to show ourselves approved. And that's in Timothy. Studying like nobody's business. I mean, we have to try and learn and understand what we're reading and what the scriptures are saying, because sometimes it's saying something that it's really what we're interpreting it wrong. And I hear, on YouTube, a lot of people saying things to people and people believing it, and I just feel like people are being led astray. We have to study for ourselves. We have to pray and believe and have faith. That's the number one. We've got to have faith, because I don't believe we're going to be raptured out of here, we, us, whoever's going to be here when that time comes, whenever it comes. I believe the Bible is telling us that, well, believers are going to be here, and things aren't going to be nice. It's not going to be good. It's going to be terrible. But your faith will get some through, and some people will not make it through. That is the harsh truth. That's reality. That's what the scriptures are saying. And, this false narrative, which I believe about you're going to be raptured out to save you, is false teaching. And there's going to be a lot of false teachings and a lot of falling away, because when it comes down to the nitty gritty and people are going to say, wait a minute, wasn't supposed to happen like this. Well, the Bible is telling you what's going to happen. But some people are still going to be surprised, and they're going to fall away, and they're going to be angry. And there are going to be people that need to know what to do at that time. And I just believe I've been getting all this information that it's a lot of different things. It's flat earth, it's the name of the Lord, his true name, it's who is the true Israel, it's what does the Revelation 12 mean? It's just so many things. It's the Sabbath. And I've just been learning about all of it and reading about all of it and just rethinking everything that I have learned. Some things haven't changed as far as what I believe, but a lot of things have. And it's important not just to know these things, but to know why you need to know. Because when the end times come, and if they're coming soon, there's going to be things that you need to know to survive, if that's what you want to do, if you want to survive. But if you don't, then it doesn't matter what you know and don't know. And I just felt like I needed to make this because, of course, we're 10 days out from the date. Whatever happens, good or worse, or if nothing occurs, but if something does occur, then I'm just going to try and put my piece out there and try to do what I feel like I've been led to do through the Holy Spirit. And we have to realize that the Bible does talk about nature and the heavens and things happening in the heavens. But what could it be? And when people talk about the rapture and, Jesus coming on that date, September 23rd, well, what if something is coming? I just don't believe. Well, I can't speak for Jesus, of course. He can come anytime. But what if it's something that's not Jesus? But the Bible does say it's the sign of the Son of Man. What is the sign of the Son of Man? I made a short video about the Son of Man, the sign of the Son of Man, on the In His Service channel, which you could look up. It's just maybe just a sign of things to come. But we can't underestimate that, of course, Satan wants to come and to kill, steal, and destroy you. That's all he wants to do. He doesn't want to do anything good for you. And he knows his time is short. And he is the prince of this air. He's here on earth. The Antichrist is here. It's always been here. It's a spirit. It's not just a person. It's a spirit that uses people, that people let themselves be used by. It's anything that is against God, against Jesus, against his teachings. The author of confusion is the devil, not Jesus. The Bible's clear. Things are very clear. And to interpret it a different way and try to change it around and add words, well, you're not supposed to do that, first of all. That's just confusion. There shouldn't be any, because it's pretty cut and dry and clear and explained to you. But it does take a lot of studying to understand purpose, the purpose of the scriptures. Like I said, it's 10 days out from the date. There's so much going on in this country, in the world. I mean, there's disasters. And this racial strife, we are already cut in half. We had the eclipse going straight down the country. Basically, I feel like that was a metaphor of us already being divided, light and dark, black and white, however you want to look at it. There's so much going on. I don't know what's next. I'm not sure. But I just say we have to pray. I pray. I want to be able to speak to people and answer questions and dialogue and just, relate to people. I want to speak with people and try to give understanding and get understanding. But there's just so much happening. But it also takes for a person to be interested in this information and interested in wanting to dialogue and understand truth. Because I just feel like we have been denied truth from day one and controlled in this world, in this country, and all about that mighty dollar, the power. And ultimately, it's all been about power. And basically, whatever that meant, whatever comes with power. And of course, now it has evolved into money. But of course, before it was some other kind of, money. There was gold, now there's this money debt that we have. But it started with power and control of people and control of resources and control of anything that may be of substance. And I feel like laws were made, calendars were changed, religions were created and changed, and ideologies, all for power. And you have to do the research and try to figure out, where did that start? Who started that? The power, having control over people. What was done to people? What was done to black people? And I'm just saying that to simplify black, white, African, whatever you want to call it. What was done? My ancestors, of course, have been in this country for 400 years through slavery. My ancestors were slaves. I was born here in America. But we weren't just slaves. We've been here on this planet And we have a history that far outreaches the slave thing here in America. Find out, people. Do your research. Don't you want to know who you really are and why it was kept from you? It all ties together to Flat Earth, to Revelation 12, to true Sabbath, to who is the true Israel. What is Jewish? What is Judah? Who? And who is it? Find out. You need to research. You can't just go by someone telling you. I couldn't. I had to research and find out. All of it's for a purpose. NASA was created, never a straight answer. I believe that. But why? And they've got telescopes. They can see the outer regions. They know what's up. They're not going to let you know. It's up to you to find out. Why do they need this giant? Why does the Catholic Church need to sponsor this giant telescope in Arizona, which they nickname Lucifer? Why? Don't you want to know? Or maybe some of you don't want to know. It's up to you. We all have to make a choice. We all get to make choices. We have a will that was given to us by the Father. I'm saying all these things because we all need to investigate on our own. But there's things that we need to know. Things just aren't what they seem. They never have been. That's part of the problem. They wanted slaves, not just African American slaves that were stolen, but now everyone. They want everyone to be, and everyone has been a slave to the system. If you're not ultra rich and controlling, then you're part of being controlled and not knowing truth. You need to know truth. You need to discover truth. Seek truth. I will be recording again, I pray. But email me, comment, let's dialogue. There's too much happening not to. I just felt like I wanted to put this video out today. Please like, please share, please subscribe to In His Service channel. And I will see you all soon. God bless.